Hi everybody, it is me, Julie, and here I am popping in again with another video about my process in my 100-day project, my 100 days of Bible journaling. I'm so glad you're here with me. I am getting started today with a little bit of paper engineering. I'm making an interactive piece for my Bible journaling, this installment of God's goodness in all things, because He certainly has been good to me. You saw me cut out some circles really quick there, and now I am working on creating what I'm calling a paper brad. It's a little circle that you snip and you punch a hole between the big circles, and I'm showing you there what the snips I've made. I only have my crocodile that's big enough to go in as far as I need the holes to be punched, and it's not a full size hole punch like a normal hole punch, and so everything has to be a little bit smaller because it's going to fit through. And you can see I'm just going to try to snip it right through the hole there and pull out those pieces of little paper on the back side, and that's the brad part, and that's how everything's going to stay connected and be interactive with that little paper brad there. And then you can see I'm adding some glue just to those tabs. I do not want to add glue anywhere else because I don't want things to be stuck, and I'm going to put this other circle out right on top of it, and you can kind of see there, I'm kind of showing you. You can see it's just attached just to the tabs, and now it's just kind of all together. But that's the spinning going on. That's the magic when you just use just enough glue to kind of keep things together. I'm excited to work on this page today. I've got some pictures here that I've printed out from the past couple weeks. One is of me showing my plaque I won for Rookie Teacher of the Year. And I know that while this is my award, this is not something that I've earned by myself. Not only did I have people speaking up for me and, talking about, things I'm doing in my classroom, but I know that God, it's all because He's given me the talent. He's put the right people in my place. He's put me at the right place and time to, do my best. And so I don't normally want to put pictures of myself in Bible journaling, but at the same time, I want to make sure that when I look back at this, I always remember how good God was to me in this moment, this first year of my teaching, to help me be recognized, to put the people in my path that, made just this year possible for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that by putting my picture in here and praising Him for this moment. You can see I've fussy cut myself out, and now I'm just covering up the white edge. Sometimes a white edge really bothers me, so I just taking this Faber-Castell big brush Pitt pen and just going around on the edges. It's India ink, so when it dries, it's permanent, and that is one thing I love about these brush pens. And then I'm looking a little strange just sitting out there in the middle of the circle all by myself, so I decide I need something to ground me. So I'm just auditioning a few pieces that are on my desk from another project earlier this week, and this fabric seems to work. I've decided it needs to be a little ruffle, so I'm going to cut it or rip it a little bit thinner, and then just start using my favorite no-sew method to make a fabric ruffle, and that is, of course, with the tiny attacher. And if you've never done this technique is super easy, super user-friendly, and provides that right amount of industrial vintage eclecticness that I love. I'm just folding and stapling, friends. Folding and stapling. And just like that, how cute is that? Now I decided that I also need some thread nests. So I don't have a whole lot of sewing thread, but I do have a ton of embroidery thread. So I'm just finding a couple pieces. I end up with a pink one and a yellow one. And I'm just going to pull out a strand from each one of them to nest up under the edge of the ruffle there. So I'm just separating and getting one piece pulled out just for that purpose. Sometimes you just gotta have a paper nest, and that's what I kept thinking. The ruffle is providing me a little nest to sit in, so I just needed a thread nest to go with it. Okay, I get myself glued on. I get the ruffle glued on. The nest is stuck up in there nice and snug. So looking good, looking good. All that's left to do now is to glue it onto the circle. So I just want to glue it straight to the darkest blue circle in the middle. None of the other circles I'm going to be attached to. All right, so this is going to be a spinning mechanism. So all the circles need to be loose in their circleness. I don't know if that makes sense, but you can't glue the circles to the other circles or they won't spin. And so now I'm going to start doing my title here. And there's a phrase that's been running through my head for several weeks. And it is, she didn't bring the fire, she was the fire. But I'm changing it today to reflect all that God has given me to be. She didn't bring the fire, he gave it to her. And so that's what I'm praising God with it. None of this, I didn't bring any of this to the table. Like, he gave it all to me. So me winning this recognition is just a reflection on how good he is. I'm just doing some hand lettering here. Of course you can stamp. Of course you could use a sticker. I saw this technique on the social medias and I immediately fell in love with it and knew I had to do it. And I think I saved it somewhere. However, you know how it is when you go back and you try to find something you saved, you can't. So I would love to give credit where credit is due, but I don't know who it is because I couldn't find the information again. Okay, that turned out pretty well. And now because I don't know how to stop, I'm gonna go ahead and swipe some blue paint all around the page. I got out a little bit more than I needed to, but I'm determined to use it all, so I'm just gonna swipe it all around and just kind of cover up some of that whiteness, grunge it up a little bit. And I've got this color of Distress ink in Tumbled Glass, and I'm just gonna edge my circle, my outer circle. And I didn't think about it before, but if you wanted both circles inked, it would be much easier to do it before you attach them, just saying. And now I'm gluing it into my page, and I'm just adding glue just on that dark circle, just so the whole thing will spin. You can see me running the scissors around it to make sure it's not sticking to the wet paint either. And now I'm just doing a little prayer. God, I know this year has been all you. Thank you for helping me see the good and be the good. All right, I'm just taking a moment and going through some of the Bible verses, the words that stick out to me, the words I need to see just at a glance. He sees the bigger final picture. He has a purpose for me. All the paths of the Lord are loving and kindness. Trust in the Lord. All those words are on this page, and it's just such a good page to stop and reflect on. Now you can see the mechanism. I drew the words over both circles and they both spin. So when they're not lined up, it just kind of looks like a jumbled mess. But when they line up, the words just click into place. And how cool is that? Love it so much. That was fun. I think I feel like I'll do that again sometime. Now I need to add a tab to my page so my Bible Promises book can keep blooming, and I've got this perfect little blue ticket that I'm gonna stick right on here, and it needs a backer, so I've got this other little ticket I cut to size. I punched half holes in both of them, and then I'm just gonna glue them there on the side of my page. There it is. It's ready to go for next time, and the colors really look pretty good together. I did not plan that. Sometimes things just work out, thank goodness. I love this one so much. Thanks for stopping by. Please go ahead and give me a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.